You're watching EAC News. Thanks for joining us. And finally, Ben and Sharon Davis are an environmentalist husband and wife duo who have spent over 30 years working to protect the forests in Preah Vihear Province. Recently, they were granted Khmer nationality by the King of Cambodia. EAC News reporter Robin Lim sat down with the two to discuss their work and to see how they were feeling now that they are officially Cambodian citizens.
Hello.
Hello, Shireen.
Hi. Does that work?
Yeah, we can hear you clearly now.
Okay, good. You were trying to call on Telegram just now. That doesn't work either.
And the Zoom calls didn't work either. No worries.
Okay.
We had some questions we wanted to ask you. A quick interview. Me and you know each other, but it's been a while.
Yeah, I know.
Congrats on getting your Khmer nationality. Your whole family got it, right?
Thank you. Yes. They were generous and gave us all Khmer citizenship.
Wow. How do you feel about that?
We're very excited. I was amazed, amazed that they would do that for us. We've been here a long time, but we didn't really think that we could become Cambodians. So we're very, very happy to receive the honor of becoming citizens.
Amazing. Was it out of the blue or?
Our friends had been sort of asking, and we approached the Ministry of Environment to see. We sort of told them we were interested if there was any way that they could help, and so we did put in an application and did all the paperwork for the process, but sort of half without thinking that it could really happen. So we were trying to sort of apply for it, but we weren't sure whether anybody would give it to us or not. So we're very thankful to the King and to the Prime Minister for supporting the application.
That's amazing. Do you think having Khmer nationality will help further your efforts in protecting nature in Cambodia?
Okay, I'll let Ben answer that one. He's here as well.
I don't know. I hope so, but I'm not sure. I really have to wait and see how the people, maybe the people that want to kill me that are logging may be more daring to kill me now because I'm not a foreigner anymore. I'm not sure. Yeah. It could be advantage, could be disadvantage. I'm not sure. I'm kind of joking there, but
yeah, those were insane times, Ben. So how long exactly have you been in the Kingdom of Cambodia?
Just a little less than 30 years. I came in 1992, toward the end of 92. Well, I came to do humanitarian work, so I spent about 20 years doing water and sanitation, mostly wells.
Wow.
And I actually worked in a refugee camp to start with. So when they closed the refugee camp, I came to work in Cambodia.
Amazing. What made you change your efforts from humanitarian to an environmentalist along the way?
I like doing wells. I liked working in the villages with the villagers, and of course, when you do a lot of water solving for the villagers, everybody's very happy with your work, and so it's easy. You can say it's fun work. It's really fun.
Right.
But I figured after 20 years, in the early 90s, there was a big shortage of water in the rural area. But after, by 2010, yeah. I noticed that there's so many other NGOs doing water sanitation, and the villagers weren't nearly as desperate for water as they had been when I first started working. So it wasn't the cutting edge need I felt, but the conservation, it seemed like, was desperate. Not enough people doing conservation.
Right.
And so I wanted to do that because it looked like it's only a limited window to do it, and after it's gone, you can't do it anymore. So I decided to stop while I had time.
So you went for the pressing issue. I see.
Yeah, I like to be doing something that's making a major difference, not just something that anybody can do or anybody's happy to do.
Right.
I'd prefer to do the jobs that maybe other people don't want to do. My water sanitation project, normally we're in the most remote areas, at the far, far remote areas. And so those are the places where most people would not go to work.
Right.
So I don't mind living out in a far remote area. So actually I like it better than the city. So I was happy to do that kind of work.
So, what specifically drove you to help Cambodia in particular?
Yeah, that's just not really. I can't say what it was, except that it was almost by chance, you can say, or divine intervention or something. But I just came to work in Thailand as a student volunteer, 1988, and I actually planned to work with Karen, Burmese refugees, not Cambodian refugees.
Right.
However, my job in the Burmese border with Mae Sot, that area, that didn't work out. So instead, I ended up on the Cambodian border. Well, yeah, working in a refugee camp, Cambodian refugee camp instead. So I got to know the Cambodian people. I started to learn the language, and I wanted to keep helping them because it looked like such a terrible situation.
Right.
I really wanted to help them because everybody's suffering, especially during the war in the 80s.
Yeah.
So I just ended up coming to Cambodia because I had already started working in the camps and I knew the situation. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how I ended up here. It wasn't. I didn't choose to come here initially. I kind of went little by little.
I remember last time I visited you with Ratana, and you had an issue with illegal logging and poaching. Do you face any new challenges since the last time we met?
It's not changed too much.
I see.
And I really don't think it's going to ever change because it's just everybody needs these resources, and so they keep trying to get it because it's worth more and more money as time goes by, and people still owe the bank. Some cases they don't have any other option to pay the bank back, so everybody's looking at the resource there. It's so close, and they try to think of ways to get it. But a lot of people are being cooperative. I'd say the vast majority don't try to cut the trees or even poach.
Right.
But there's a small percent that are quite daring, and I don't know, like they don't want to stop or something. They're really not necessarily poor and desperate, but just their attitude is that we should not have the right to stop them. They should have the right to cut the forest because it's Cambodians' forest, not foreigners' forest. That's one thing they use, excuse. Another thing they say is, some other place they cut the trees down. Why do we not cut the trees here? Why are they not allowed to cut here as well?
Right.
So they can make comparison, and so it's hard to convince people that have that logic.
Right. It seems like you have your hands full in the Preah Vihear area at the moment, but do you plan to expand your environmental efforts elsewhere in Cambodia?
No, not really. We don't have the capacity to expand. We need to, get a handle on it here first is the main thing. And so I think, there's other needs in other areas, but someone else has to do that job over there.
Right.
And if I can, work in this area and be successful, I think that's the best I can hope for.
Right.
I don't mind going other places, for visit or maybe to give some pointers or something if people want that. But as far as working another place, I don't really. I want to make sure this place, is safe and being successful, and that the local villagers and local communities are getting benefit, and appreciating it. I hope, we want them to appreciate it, and a lot do, but some don't. So we want to get more people on board.
Yeah.
Do you have any plans to go back to, I believe, America or Australia, was it?
Well, yeah, I'm American. My wife's Australian.
There we go. So any plans to return to either Australia or America now?
Well, we do to visit for sure, but as long as we're working here and trying to make this successful here, we can't leave it. So I don't have any immediate plan to go anywhere, but I can't tell the future. I don't dare to predict the future because things always change.
Yeah.
I remember last time we met was because of Ratana and the K9. Has there been any progress on that?
Yeah, we have Dog, and
Oh, nice.
He's a Belgium Malinois. So he's learning how to track. And Ratna has been giving us online course. So he gives us lessons by Zoom, and then we try and do it. So he's learning how to track, and he's doing pretty good. Although he's a bit lazy sometimes, but I think we're making progress. He's still quite young. He's a puppy still. So.
All right, Ben and Shireen, thank you for the interview.
All right, thanks a million for calling. Take care.
Well, Ben Davis, it's been a pleasure chatting to you and your wife, Shireen, again. I hope to visit you soon. Robin Lim, EAC News.